Hey everyone, it's Jordan here from Anderson Haunted House in Oshawa, Ontario. I'm just going to go through today a little bit on how to build a claustrophobia tunnel. These are a must-have in any haunted house if you're constructing something a little bit larger. So as you can see here, I think haunted house already started, but this is the starting to the addition to the claustrophobia tunnel. So I have to actually like really reinforce it because it's just a long tunnel. So there's different sizes of claustrophobia tubes you can get, or claustrophobia tunnels. I got mine from Haunted Hill Productions. Justin there was fantastic. It only took a few weeks to get out from the States, and the prices were really good. So if you're in Canada, it's probably the cheapest bang for your buck. The one I got is 12 by 7. So if you're getting a 12 by 7, so 12 feet long, 7 feet high, you're going to want to construct a tunnel framework that's going to be at least 8 feet high by about 13 feet long and 48 wide on the inside. So as you can see, I started this. I built it on the outside of my other one. Because aim the entire thing properly. I didn't want it leaning against the other, or putting pressure against the other one. I also wanted to create this gap in between. I'm going to have an industrial fan in here. So if you can see here, I've framed in the entire side. Now I use plywood. These sheets are 1/4 inch, so they're only about 30 bucks a piece. It's the only real lumber I actually use in the haunted house. Aside from that, I'll use skids from Taunton Pool, usually gives them to me. So you can see I've created 4 panels at 4 feet each, so that's going to be 12 feet for my tube. And then I use 2x4s, and I've framed. So it's going to go 12 by 7 by 12 by 7, and I'm going to keep it 1 foot off the ground for tripping hazards, right? So when the bag swells. Now these bags, a lot of people don't know how they work. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to put one up and I'm going to show you. But essentially, I'm going to be bolting a bag all around the outside of here. And the bag is I'm going to have an industrial fan right in here. And this is going to create kind of an air pocket, this plywood, right? It seals in the majority of the air. The thing is you don't want all of the air escaping, all the air escaping. You also don't want keeping all of the air in, because if you do, the bag will explode. So essentially, it's really easy. The first time I got it, I was super confused. But I'm going to be bolting onto this 2x4, the outside frame of the claustrophobia tube, and then the industrial fan is going to turn on and swell the bag inward, and then we're going to have 2 walls, one here, and the 2 bags are going to swell together on either side, which I'm going to show you probably in the second video because I won't have time to get it done today. You'll be able to see what the final product is. Super scary in a haunted house. So I'll be, let's get on to installing the first bag so you can see how one side looks. So now, as you can see, I've actually started to install the fan first before I put the bag on. So I just cut a hole through. The idea is that I want to trap as much air inside the bags, but also have the fan blowing air in. So I need to have an escape portal, right? So this is going to be right here. I put a little stand on the other side. I'm going to go around the other side and show you here. Put a little kind of bench there. So it's 2 spots that I can bolt it down. These fans are, they're called Cloud9, or they're from Cloud9. They're air blowers. The model number is 222 if you're looking for them. They're like 120 bucks a piece. They're super cheap, and they work really well. This area, I cut the hole for the fan. I'm probably going to put a little bit of plastic or something to seal it. Some people use spray foam. I'm not that detail orientated on those kinds of things. So if it works, it works. And I take it down every year. If I was building it permanent, I might put a little bit more effort into the sealing of it. So let's get on that bag now. So this is essentially the claustrophobia tube bag. So as I said, I was going to show how the install. Essentially, this is just an airbag. There's not really much to it. It's basically a heavy tarp bladder where it swells in the middle. It's just a bag, and you can see it's really heavy duty. It's reinforced around the seams. So what I've done is on that frame that I showed you, just going around 12 foot high or 12 foot long by 7 feet high. Just a frame built out of plywood, 2x4s on a sheet of plywood. All you're going to do now is you're going to take this bag here and you're going to go around the outsides, and every 6 inches, you can do every 12 inches too, depending on what air pressure you want. I do every 6 inches. I put a 1/4 inch screw in here. I use the hex screws. They're a little easier, as well as a 1/4 inch washer, just to stop it from ever tearing, or it makes the bag last a lot longer. So what I've done is I've gone on the outside of the 2x4. So the 2x4 is laid flat, and on the outside of it, on the 2-inch side, I'm screwing in these, going all the way around the top here, as you can see. And the bag is just going to be putting pressure against the plywood, and the air is going to get trapped inside. So I'm going to fire this thing up and let you take a look. So the air turned on. Now I'm going to show you while this is inflating here. This is my fan in the back. Actually, these, like I said earlier, these are just like really basic fans. They're 120 bucks a piece. Cut out in the back, I built a little frame and get airtight. I literally cut a hole, and then I put a little piece of garbage bag, and then cut a little hole and put that inside there, just to trap a little bit more air. The more air, the more pressure you're gonna get. So now you can start seeing this. This is inflating, and I mean, this inflates heavily. You can see how far out that's gonna come. That's almost 4 feet. Now, the opposite bag that's going to be on the other side of this is going to inflate equally, and the tunnel is only 4 feet wide. So it's going to create a pretty significant amount of pressure. So you don't really need to worry about little gaps and stuff like that and air escaping, because the pressure is significantly high. If you wanted to use spray foam or duct tape around the seams, you're more than welcome to, but there is a level where it becomes so pressurous that it's almost impossible to get through, which is not really fun depending on the age group you're going for. If it's for adults, giver, mine's usually for kids going through trick-or-treating. So I'd like to make sure that they're able to make it through pretty, a little bit of difficulty, but pretty easy. So thanks. I'll give you a final product when we get to it. Yeah, have a good one.